Hi everyone. I wanted to do this video because I don't know how to say this, but I'm not going to upload any more videos. I'm done. I've reached my quota, over 1,000 videos. I was going to do 1,000 videos and then that was it. And when I started doing these videos, these recipe videos, I did them for my family and my friends, and in hopes that maybe something would take off. Now, for the past couple of weeks, I've been doing this project for for someone, and it was really interesting because I started digging up pictures, and I realized, I said, my God, I've had such a full life when I grew up with my parents and having my kids, and now my kids are grown and they all left and they're out of state and they're living their lives, and congratulations to those who have succeeded. I'm so very proud of you, and those who are about to hit their success button. And I'm very, very proud. I wanted to do this videos because this last recipe video that I did was a Cajun salmon. Oh, did I have my finger on that microphone? Sorry. The last video I did, no, Peaches, no. I had to tie her up while I could do this video because she keeps taking off. And so anyways, don't worry, she's not going to stay tied forever. A lot of people, well, you tie up your dog. Yeah, sometimes she takes off. Sometimes I think I should get another dog for her, but then I have to take care of that dog. But anyways, if I get on the track, then I'm probably going to get a real dog. So that's the other thing. Like I did these a couple weeks, and it was very, excuse me, it was very, very intense, and it was hard because I was like, oh my God, I got to redo it, and I kept redoing the video, which was my signature dish, which was Cajun blackened salmon with an avocado quinoa. Wanted to reflect where I was from and my and who I am, and I guess I'm a salmon kind of gal. Anyways, it was blackened salmon. It was really good, and I did it like 3 times, and it was so hard uploading because I have such bad internet. So I had to go to the library, and then I was like, oh my God, this is like high speed. I was like, oh, I'm happy. I need to come to the library more often. And then I went through the pictures, and that's when it hit hard. Oh my God, my heart was hurting so hard because I seen us as kids, and then I see my kids as kids, and I was like, oh, where did the time go? It's like in a blink of an eye, they're gone. They grow up and they leave, and I know a lot of people are having a hard time with that. And when their kids left, at first I was happy, and then it hit me. It's like I got it afterwards. It was like, my kids are gone. Why did they leave me? But it's hard. It's hard when your kids. I mean, that empty nest is no joke. I really went through it, and then I became depressed. But then I continued to cook, and I continued to do what I needed to do. But then I just couldn't do it alone. It was different. So then when I lost my house, in 2010. A lot of people want to blame it on the economy. I'm going to blame it on me not in a good place. You know, when your kids leave home, that emptiness syndrome is really, really, it's real. And I went through it. I went through it for a long time, and then I lost my home. I couldn't keep my home. And so, and the kids grow up. They have to go. They got to go on their own place. But so, and then when I got finally got my own place, when I got my own place, I didn't know my parents were going to pass away. I mean, I lost like about 7 people that were very close, including my parents, within a 9-month period. It was like boom, 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 everybody left. And then last year I lose my sister, and she was the only one that would come over, and I would invite her over, and she would enjoy my food, and that put a smile on her face. That's hard. So when I went through these pictures and I seen her and I seen us as kids, I wasn't thinking about dying or anything like that. Like, people do. I was thinking about those cherished memories and the celebrations that we had at my parents' house, and how when they were well and alive, how we all gathered there at my parents' house. And it's not the same. I mean, I go to someone else's home, and it's not the same. It's not my family, like my immediate family, like my kids, and it's not the same. It's not the same. So trucking kind of was an outlet for me. And when I got invited, you know, I just got to tell the truth here. Somebody wanted me to babysit. It was the manager who wanted me to babysit their kids and then her kids. And I was like, she's insisting that and what are you good for? And that really hurt me, because I couldn't believe a manager of an apartment complex, and she was able to keep her job. And there's a lot of this stuff that goes on in corporations because her mom worked in a corporate. So I wasn't sure if she was for me or against me, but I didn't want to take care of, I wouldn't even take care of my own grandkids. I mean, I would if they were nearby, but they weren't. They were on their own. They were, if I went here, I felt like if I went to this person's, I mean, I already got flack from another, my kid, because I went to help someone. They paid for my ticket. They went to help someone, and then I got the flack. And then, so, and I get it, because they're trying to accomplish something, and they're trying to figure mom can stay with us, and then while she takes care of the kids. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted something for myself, and I missed my family terribly. Oh God. And when people tell me your kids and they start belittling my kids, it kind of pisses me off. I don't belittle anybody's child, and I don't belittle whatever they're going through, but they're so worried about me. It's like that scripture that says, take the big behind log out of your own eye before you try to take the speck out of somebody else's. So, you know, my kids are fine. I'm not okay, but they're fine. I'm not. But it's okay, because as long as I know that they're good and they're doing well, that's all that matters. And if they want me around, they'll have me around. Not to babysit, but to be around and be a part. Like, I want to babysit. I do not want to babysit. I'll go over there and enjoy my grandkids, not babysit. I want us to be a family, like a family, not give me a job. I don't need a job to babysit. My God, you can afford me anyways. Anyways, so back to my videos, and that's why my kids are in 3 different states. I never know where they're going to end up, but because 3 of them served the military, and so I have 3 children that served, and it was just like me with trucking. When I got on that truck, my whole world changed. I didn't want to come back here, and I had to come back, and there was a reason why I came back. And I came back because I was ill, but I didn't want the company to send me back, but they did. And then they told me, and then when I found my sister, they said I had to reapply. I did reapply. Then they put me in the hiring pool, and then they took me out. Rehire pool, and then they took. I don't know why. I don't know why. I know companies do cherry pick. They cherry pick. They do the numbers. You become a number because they do the numbers. And I mean, I did like 2,000 miles a week or more, 2,000 to 2,200. I may have missed it but you know, I was mostly on time. I was new. And it just takes a while for a trucker to grasp. But when I had to come back and found my sister in deplorable situation, I was not going to leave her. No way. No way. And I promised her. I ended up in her home. And this was not my intention to end up in her home. I ended up in her home. I didn't really have a place to stay. I mean, I could have stayed at a friend's house, and then, but then they that just didn't pan out like I really thought it would. And I could have stayed in a friend's house, or I could have, you know, but I ended up here. So, and it was hard. It was really, really hard. I didn't want to stay here, but with God's help and grace and mercy, I was able to be here. And it was, let me tell you, you don't know how hard it is. By the way, I could use some tires. If anybody wants to help me with tires, I could use some tires. Yeah, I'm kind of broke. Everything that I had, it went towards her funeral. Everything. And it wasn't much, like some people have a nice pension. I was trying to create a pension for myself, and I ended up having to come back here. So I was having a hard time going back. So when I got back here, and when she told me before she passed away, she said, get in that kitchen. I just was going to go look for a place and then just cook. Anyways, so I did all these videos for my family, and then I did this project. I did this, I did these videos and then pictures. I went through that, and then I ended up, it's emotional, and especially when someone's missing, but it is what it is, right? So moving on, I'm hoping that this project that I did, I'm going to call it a project because I can't disclose it. I'm hoping that it'll work, that it'll pan out, and if not, I'll get back on the truck. And I love truck driving. It's wonderful. I saw things that I've never seen before. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love riding high. I love driving. I mean, sometimes I don't love it all the time. I mean, like any job, but it's probably the best job I ever had. Not because of money. Everybody's always about the money. I didn't get paid a lot. Believe you me, I didn't. When I calculated, it was $9 an hour. Okay, $9 an hour. And people think, yeah, you got too many money hoes in this world. I'm sorry. And not everything's about money. It's like, I mean, I get it. You know, you have a business mindset, but there's a difference between a business mindset and a hustler. So, a person with a business mindset, smart. A hustler, not so smart. That's how I see it. Either you're a hustler or a business mindset. And if you haven't been in business, then you are not a business person. I fortunately have been in business. And when I had my own catering job, when I had my own catering business, but I've been in business, and but that was a long time ago, and I hung up my apron about business, and everybody says, why don't you get back into it? No. I you know, if this project turns out, then it'll kind of be a dream come true, and if not, then I have something to fall back on. And after all, the last person that I was with, it was a trip, but he told me that I was one of the best drivers, and he had been driving, and they didn't know that he was an experienced driver at the time, and he said I was one of the better drivers, and that touched my heart. And I was like, oh my God, you want to kill me with kindness? That's a good one. So he said I was one of the best drivers there, and I made it. Just that little bit of confidence that someone gave, that spoke that life in me, I was able to make it. And then I wanted to do it on my own. That was the other part. It was like, okay, you got to give me some space so I could do it on my own. And sometimes when you have someone that wants to do too much for you too, and they get frustrated, and they get angry, and they get anxious, it's like you're smothering them. I probably have done it and without realizing it, but it's really important to give that person space so that they can grow, whether they're coming out of a relationship or whether they're, why am I bringing this up? Because I get the calls sometimes, and then I get concerned with people, and then probably overly, my heart's too big in that area, and I don't like to see anybody being mistreated. Getting married out of desperation is not a good thing. Getting married because you don't want to be by yourself is not a good thing. You got to learn to love yourself and love who you are. And then if that person is not right for you, then it's time. I mean, why suffer? Especially if you're young. Now me, I've already been married a couple times, and it didn't work out. I was married when I was younger, and then I got married again, and then again, and then I married some crazy dudes. And you know, I mean, a couple of them were, I'm sorry, they were, because they were accusing me of stuff, and they were nuts, and they were just off their mind, out of their mind. Anyways, so that's not good. And I mean, my parents, they knew each other for 3 months and they got married, and they were married for 59 years. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I don't think anybody should suffer in silence. And I've been suffering in silence just being here. And I wish I had someone in my life. Yeah, who wouldn't? But I'm not going to sit up there and cry about it. I'm going to take care of me and do something for me, and that's what everybody should do, is become that whole person in themselves. And my cooking gave me that. I became whole in my cooking until I had to leave my other place because I refused to babysit. And but then when I was invited for trucking, that was like, it was like the best job I ever had. And I just wish my company knew that it was the best job I ever had. I was so proud of myself. And I love international trucks. I don't care what they say about them. I love that Cummins. Everybody says international, or they got these nicknames. But I love the international truck. I love it. It's beautiful. I called mine Queen Elizabeth. My truck was beautiful red with that caterpillar look. I called her Queen Elizabeth. And did you know Queen Elizabeth was a truck driver? Yes, she was. In World War II, she drove trucks. I was like, go on, Queen Elizabeth. And so many women are coming into this industry. And I think it's awesome. And I think it's great. And I think it's so cool that so many women. Now I hope you enjoy the videos that I've done. It's been hard. It's been challenging. I've, done a lot of personal research, internal research. Cooking to me is like therapy. So, I miss my sister. I miss that smile on her face. But if I upload a video, then maybe I do it as a fluke. But I think I'm done, because I said I was going to do 1,000, and then I did more than 1,000, so I overextended. I overextended myself. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do next. I don't know. Hopefully see my kids. Hopefully I'll see them soon. I miss them so much. I miss my grandkids. I have 10 grandbabies. 10. I haven't seen them in years. That's crazy. And I'm broke. Broke. Everybody says get a job. It's not that easy at my age. I don't want to just get any old job. And then, so we'll see what happens.